0-1 the count.
It's good to see Kellen out here. I mean, he's one of our better athletes overall at Franklin High School. All-conference football, all-conference basketball. And it's good to take his talents out here to the baseball field.
0-1. Up the middle.
Good through.
Scooped by the shortstop, John O. Pierce, and he'll take it to the bag at second with the unassisted out. And that's going to wrap things up for the bottom half of the first inning for the Panthers. But the big blow in the inning, a 2-run homer by Ian Knapp. And it's 5-2 Greenies as we head to the second after this.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Welcome back as we head to the top half of the second inning. Top of the order going to lead things off for Coach Wesley King and the Greenies as it's John O. Pierce who led off the ball game with a single. And he takes high for ball one. 1-0 the count. Back on YouTube. For some reason, YouTube decided that didn't like us and kicked us off, but we're back. Hopefully it holds. If you're watching on Facebook and you were watching on YouTube, and you can let folks know that we're back on a different post. So there's two different posts for the same ball game. 2-0 pitch from Braxton Meyer-Knipple. Swung on and missed.
The name of the game is throwing strikes and give him a chance to hit the ball.
Here's a 2-1. Close. Just missed. Ball three.
This umpire is what you know as hitter friendly. It's a pretty tight zone here.
3-1. In the air, left field, going to fall in front of Kellen Stiles for a base hit. So John O. Pierce is 2 for 2, pair of singles. That's going to bring to the plate Brody Raleigh, who drew a walk back in the first, came around to score.
Yeah, you can't fall behind on hitters, especially your better hitters, your leadoff hitters down to your big power guys, because they're going to be sitting dead red fastball, especially in high school baseball.
Raleigh swings and misses. Pierce at first, now a throw over. Back safely is John O. Pierce.
I think Kreischool maybe have a doubleheader coming up this weekend versus the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Head coached by Phil Grundy.
0-1. A little bit inside. Worst ball one. 1-1 to count. Here's the 1-1. Now Tom called at the plate. Cody while Raleigh waits. The 1-1. Runner takes off. Pitches high. And the throw down is well off the bag. And he'll take second.
Yeah, that runner was baiting him. Again, for the pitchers, and we got runners on first base, you got to vary your looks. And again, when I say that, sometimes delay the pitch to make them call timeout. Sometimes do a quick slide step, step off. Just do something to get out of that routine because that runner was ready to go. And he even showed Braxton he's ready to run.
Now throw to second. And back safely once again, Pierce.
So now he's in scoring position, and you got one of your top hitters up here in Raleigh, sitting ahead in the count.
2-1, misses, 3-1. Tried to paint the outside corner and missed. Ball 4.
Try to go backdoor curveball there. And obviously he laid off because he was seeing fastball, especially in that count. But it worked in his favor.
Second walk for Raleigh. And the fourth walk issued by Braxton Meyer-Knipple. 2 on with nobody out. That brings Jacob Iwanek. Runners take off, throw down to third, double steal as everybody is safe.
I mean, I can't say it enough, George. The thing is, it's not on Nick Sanders why they're stealing. It's just Braxton not holding the runners well enough to kind of get them thinking. Is he going to pick? Is he going to change his looks? That's the big problem, and they're going to keep running, and they're going to keep running until he changes that up.
1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike to Iwanek, who drew a walk his first time up. He came around to score that. And that 4-run or 5-run first inning for Christ School. 1-1, pop foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jacob Iwanek.
And Braxton's showing good stuff here. I mean, his arm looks loose. His breaking ball is very sharp. He's got to get settled in pretty quickly. He's given up 5 runs already. And it's tough for this pitcher here for Braxton because, the home plate umpire is not giving any inch off the plate. So he has to bring it in the zone. And now with the 2-2 count.
Iwanek sends it straight up the chute.
Okay.
Shallow right field. Oh. And McClure can't make the play in right. Runners will remain at second and third as the run comes home to score. That'll be an error.
It's those shadows. He's right there at the shadows, and I think he just kind of got caught up in it. And that can't happen here at this field. I mean, right field at our park is so tough to play, and I think Miles got bit there a little bit.
That'll bring to the plate Chase Gribble, who sent one out of here back in the first inning. 3-run homer. That was the big blow in that 5-run first inning. First one is well outside for ball 1.
Yeah, he got behind the count on Chase, and, Chase just sitting back on that fastball and he hit it hard. So now we're right back into it. The first pitch, he threw off speed, which, gets him behind the count 1-0. They try to bring something back again. Now it's 2-0. So Chase, this is a massive hitter's count. He's got to come with it.
2-0. Ball 3.
And the scary thing is, I don't know if Coach King's going to do it or not, but he's probably going to give him the green light. He just hit a 3-run homer before. He's ahead of the count here with runners in scoring position. He's our 4-hitter.
Here's the 3-0. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Still nobody out. That'll bring to the plate Webb Hughes.
Coach Green was coming out to the mound. Usually, if Coach Phillips is coming to the mound, it's a talk, but I think Coach Green was going to make a change here. It looks like Kevin Cabe is making his way to the mound. You feel for Braxton. He's got a good arm. He's got good stuff. Now we're going to see what Kevin Cabe can bring to the table. I remember, early in the season, he came in late. And, he hasn't pitched much, at our high school level. But at one of our close games, I cannot remember, George, you may remember, but he came in to close the game out. I want to say it was Pisgah. And he threw very well. He threw hard and threw strikes and gave us a chance to win, and he got the job done. So I know there's a little bit more confidence for Kevin from the coaching staff here. Hopefully he'll throw more strikes and maybe carry that over.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We'll give you the stats on Kevin Cabe when we come back.
Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sports Zone.
We come back to some soccer action happening right behind us, and they're already in the second half. And Pisgah leads Franklin on the girls' side 3-0. About 13 minutes left in that match. As we head back to the baseball side, it's going to be Kevin Cabe on the mound. He's made his final warm-up tosses. You see his stats. Webb Hughes going to stand in to face Kevin Cabe. Takes over for Braxton Myra-Knipple. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tough situation, right?
He's coming in bases loaded, nobody out. And, right here, you're down by 4 runs. And there's a lot of pressure on you to keep that score down to give our offense a chance. But what Kevin does is he throws strikes, and that's what we need.
Hughes singled his last time up. Sends that one into left field. And out of here. Grand slam for Webb Hughes.
So when you're a hitter, you come to the plate. You have a new pitcher comes in. Usually the hitter's going to be sitting on fastball because the pitcher's got to get settled into the game. He wants to get strikes over, and that's the caveat to it.
That one was way out of here.
Yeah, that was a moonshot.
10-2, Christ School. That's going to bring Luca Rose to the plate, the designated hitter for Coach Wesley King and the Greenies. He struck out his only time up. The lefty waits, fouls it off third base line.
I want to tell you more about the playoffs. So kind of adding on to that. So playing Christ School, winning is always going to help. But even if, we're down big and if we happen to not take care of this game.
0-1 into right field for a base hit. That's the 6th hit for Christ School. Still nobody out of the inning. That's going to bring to the plate Sam White.
So when I say that still may help our RPI rating. So it probably will not hurt us, whatever the outcome of this game is. And there's a high school in Winston-Salem called Atkins.
First offering. Tapped into left field for a base hit. C&I single between Dawson Green and Ian Knepp. 2 on with nobody out.
So when I say Atkins, they're a 3A school in the West, and they're 12-7, pretty good record. but they're nowhere near playoff contention because their RPI rating, their strength of schedule is very weak. And so there's a lot of teams. There's like 6 teams, I believe, in the top 32 who have losing records that are still playoff bound.
One misses. 1-0 the count. And to clarify, you get an automatic bid to the playoffs if you finish in the first or second slot in the Mountain 7 Conference.
Yeah, so first and second place, it's automatically go.
Fouled off.
And I don't think fans understand this, but even if you finish 3rd, 4th, and 5th, it doesn't matter. It's almost like they put everyone in a pool. And so you could be the 5th place team with a better strength of schedule, and you may be able to make the playoffs over the 3rd place team. And this is kind of how the state's going. I think they're cracking down on playing weak teams, and they want to see competition.
Playing somebody on your level.
Yes.
Not 4A teams loading up with a bunch of 1A.
Right.
And getting wins and padding the schedule. Fouled off.
And it's not just that we're trying to down the 1A schools, but when you play schools in this area and they say they only have like they're 3-20 and you pick up an easy win, it actually brings you down in your RPI rating. You can drop in the standings as far as making the playoffs.
The 0-2. Fouled off.
I remember a coach in our conference a few years ago would love to play some of those really bad teams. And I'm not going to say which team it was or which coach it is, but he used to just hang 20 runs just to pad those numbers for his kids. And I think the state's done a good job of just kind of trying to work that out.
Now we've got, I believe, baseball coming back onto the field from soccer. You've seen some shots from Jasper. He's swinging the camera around onto the soccer field because baseballs are being fouled off onto the soccer field, which is in live action right now.
Right, yes.
Now we're set. The 1-2. Well out of the zone.
So if you're wondering where we stand for our baseball program, so if you look at the Max Prep rankings, we are 31st in the 3A West. So 32 teams get to go. And so we're on the fringe as being in. And like this game won't hurt us.
2-2. Fouled off towards the soccer field. Look out, ladies. Here comes another one.
It doesn't mean you can lose all your games too. You may play the best 20.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she's loving it. Uh-oh.
They just chunked one back onto the field here.
Okay. I think he had a count issue here. They weren't sure. So many foul balls.
They've got 1 and 2 up on the scoreboard. I believe it's 2 and 2.
Right. He's just checking the scorebook to make sure everything's correct. Because one thing, if you guys don't know about our field, the scoreboard works off of the iPad inside of our dugout. And so they want to ensure that the count is correct, which now it is 2 and 2.
We had it up on our scoreboard correct because it's a major display scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
We can't hook into our score bot that we normally do to hook directly into our graphics. Up the middle.
Nice play.
And they're going to say he's safe at second. And the bases are loaded.
You know, when I say Kevin Cave throws a lot of strikes, he does throw a lot of strikes, which means the infielders got to be on their toes and ready to move. And, we made some pretty good plays. Ashton made a really good play going to his right and going behind the bag. Kind of a high level, field pitch to the shortstop to second. It was a very nice play, but
dropped it.
Yep, just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, we had the replay there. It was a bang play. So nobody out. The bases are loaded as it's Jack Young at the plate.
Yep. We got corners in. We got the infield back. Infield's playing back for double play. Corners in just in case they feel that they can throw to home.
Grounded out. He's 0 for 1. 2-0.
Usually, we had the situation versus North Henderson. We had infield in late in the game.
2-0. Kevin Cave pops the mitt for strike 1.
And there's a chopper to Malachi, and there's a run on third base. We're trying to, keep keeps him from scoring, and he fielded the ball through to first base, got the out. But the idea of being in is to nail him out of home.
2-1. Foul down the first base line. Evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you just joined us, 2 home runs for Christ School in the ball game. One by Chase Gribble, the former Panther, back in the first inning, and then Webb Hughes hit a grand slam here in the inning. Bases are loaded, still nobody out, as Christ School is batted around. The 2-2 softly down the left field line, and it's a foul ball.
Kevin needs to hopefully just mix his pitches up right here. Just throw something off speed, something with the spin. When you keep throwing fastballs and they're fouling off, you got to just do something a little bit different here. Throw a slider, just something that makes a bite.
Misses, runs at full 3-2.
All right, so we got bases loaded. Nobody out. Again, you get a hitter going to be sitting on a fastball here because he doesn't want to walk him.
Now the shadows encompass the entire field. That one pops away, and it should be ball 4.
Yeah.
That'll walk, get a run. 11-2. Bases remain loaded and nobody out. Top of the order we go, and Christ School has batted around. It's Jono Pierce who led off this inning with a single.
George, my biggest hope tonight is I want to see Miles McClure get on the mound and throw it. If we make the playoffs, and especially not just the playoffs, but our last game of the season versus West Henderson, he may be counted upon to, come in the mound, throw a little bit. Looks like it's going to be Malachi.
Got to get a new pitcher on the mound for Coach Jared Greenwood and the Panthers. You see him. Malachi Hayes will do his warm-up tosses, and he's going to inherit. Nobody out, and the bases loaded, just like Kevin Cave did when he came out and was not able to get one out here in the top half of this second inning. So we will take a break. Greenies up 11-2 as we head off to break on YouTube and Facebook. Stay with us. Planning a kitchen or bathroom remodel? The first call you need to make is to Anders Custom Woodworking. Tim Anders specializes in custom cabinetry and granite countertops for kitchens, bathrooms, offices, and entertainment centers. From the large kitchens to the smallest bathrooms, Anders Custom Woodworking will make sure your specific needs are met. Give Tim Anders a call at 828-342-4222 for a free estimate today.
Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish all the best to the Panther teams competing this spring. The mother of an FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. On May 17th, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
Malachi has made his final warm-up tosses. He inherits the bases loaded, nobody out. He's going to face Jono Pierce.
Back to the top of the order for the team. Shortstop, number 11, Johnny Pierce.
Another tough situation, 11-2, bases loaded, nobody out.
In there with some oomph behind it for strike one. As Jono Pierce swings and misses.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of movement off of Malachi's fastball, so which should be harder for the hitters?
Evens it up at a ball and a strike.
I think he brings a pretty good two-seamer from the arm side, which could run in on the hands a little bit more.
1-1. Hit down the right field line in foul territory. Giving chase is Bradley Stiles, but it's going to hit into the seats down the right field line. Just a loud strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Jono Pierce, for the Greenies. Three nothing. 1-2. Bounces up. Nice stop by Nick Sanders behind the plate. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's okay. You get a 1-2 count. This is great. The pitcher's ahead of the count. He could throw on it, almost any pitch. These hitters have been jumping all over all the fastballs. Throw something in the dirt where he can't get a hold of it.
2-2. That one is going to head on into left field for a base hit. 2 runs going to come home to score. 13-2. Still nobody out. 8th hit for the Greenies. That'll bring Brody Raleigh to the plate. Pair of walks for Raleigh. And Jono Pierce is 3 for 3. All 3 singles. As the lights cut on here at McConnell Field. And Malachi Hayes deals a little bit outside for ball 1. 1-0. 2-0. It is a final on the soccer side just behind us. Nobody got injured with foul balls, and the girl came pretty close to getting beamed to the head with one of these foul balls. 2-0. A little bit low for ball 3. The final, Pisgah 3, Franklin nothing. The Lady Panthers suffered a defeat in conference on the soccer side. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 3-1 the count to Brody Raleigh. Jacob Iwanek is on deck. He reached on an air his last time up in the inning. 3-1 offering. In the air pretty well, left field.
Oh, boy.
And that one sails over the fans and over towards the softball diamond. That's a 3-run shot. And the hit parade continues at 16-2 Greenies.
They are putting on a hitting display tonight. It's really tough to watch. Again, I can't stress it enough. When you're a pitcher, you've got to get the head of the count. And all these hitters all night long have been ahead of the count 2-1, 3-0, and that just makes it really tough for the pitcher to make the pitch that he wants. And, this is a good hitting team. And I told you earlier about what, Coach King, he's an outstanding coach, and that's his forte is teaching hitting. He's very well respected all across the state. He's been at different schools and different programs that were state title contenders. Very well coached. Malachi tried to get that first pitch over for a curveball for a strike, but just missed, and now he's behind the count. And right there, that's where you have a good live fastball where it's 1-1. He throws hard with good movement, got the hitter to chase.
And you see the soccer fans turning around and watching the baseball game from the soccer side. 2-1 to Jacob Iwanek. Three and 1. Everybody that has batted in the inning has scored a run for Christ School. And Raleigh and Pierce have scored twice in the inning. That's ball 4. Chase Gribble, the former Panther, stands in.
Number 4, Chase.
Hit a 3-run shot in the first. Drew a walk back in the early part of this inning, as this is the second time around with the Greenies here in the second.
I like the way Chase Gribble's approach to the plate. Keeps his hands back. He sees it very well. One thing he does have, he's got very strong arms, strong forearms, and he brings the hands quickly to the ball.
Runner takes off. No throw. He'll take second without the throw.
Very experienced. Done a lot of travel ball with a bunch of different programs, and has been very well coached.
1-1.
So right here, the runner at second base, I just think, you're down by 14 runs, go after the hitter.
Towards short. Knepp over to first in time. First out of the inning.
I love seeing Knepp at shortstop. He could play anywhere, but I think he's the most comfortable, the most natural at shortstop. Good feet, good arm. He's just a good leader in the infield. And you can see, the difference that it's made putting him at short, moving Malachi back at third base for our team as far as defensively.
Webb Hughes stands in, singled and homered. 2 for 2 is Webb Hughes, runner at second. He didn't move on the throw. He stays put. As Hayes delivers, a little bit low for ball 1.
It's good to get that first out. Just kind of focus here, and one of the things that we can do as a team is just get better defensively and throwing strikes.
1-0. Down the third base line. Is it a fair ball? Yes, it is. Got to head all the way to the corner. That'll be a double for Webb Hughes.
Yeah, that was tough. Dawson's way off the line there, and the ball kind of chopped down over the bag into the outfield. Couldn't get over there quick enough. If it's a tight ball game, one thing that we like to call is have no doubles. But we're down by 14. You're just gonna play your position normally, just try to get an out.
Luca Rose stands in. The left-handed batter waits as Hayes deals. Sit foul, third base line. Webb Hughes just a triple away from the cycle. He's got a homer, a single, and a double, and he stands at second. Rose waits the 0-1. Fouled off third base line once again.
So he's got 2 balls fouled off to where it looks like he's pulling off on it, and I see Nick trying to set up inside. I'd like to see Nick kind of move to the outer path of the plate and try to get Malachi to see if we can get some inches off the plate and get a strikeout.
That one's into center for a base hit. They'll slow the runner at third as the throw comes in. Runners on the corners for the Greenies with 1 out. And that's going to bring to the plate.
When you have hitters that go to the plate and have a plan, as far as what they're looking for Malachi, you're an 0-2 count. You shouldn't just give up and throw a fastball, right down the middle, dead red. You have pitches to play with. You got to change eye levels and, waste one. We talk about wasting pitches, and now we're right back to it here.
Sam White stands in, singled and drew a walk. That single happened earlier in this inning as he takes high for ball 1.
Oh, boy.
Sent high and deep into left field. And going to hit the base of the wall. Styles fields and throws in, but not in time as run comes home to score.
This is a tough situation. You were, as a coach, you're not expecting this to ever happen. And, we always talk about keeping things normal, not having anything out of the ordinary. We're doing something special for the seniors, letting them have a chance to start, and that's good. And, right now we're just trying to battle, maybe get out of here.
Just a single, by the way, for Sam White, as everybody had to hold up to make sure that was not caught. 0-1 now at the plate, as it's Matthew Hamill, left-handed batting. Hamill waits, slams it into home plate, straight up, fielded by Malachi Hayes, and he's going to get the out at first. Runners do advance to second and third.
Jack Young.
It's going to bring Jack Young to the plate. Young drew a walk earlier in the inning, and he grounded out his first opportunity. He's also a left-handed batter. Pops the mitt in the zone for strike one.
Wesley brings in a very strong lineup from top to bottom, 1 through 9. They're all strong hitters.
0-1. That one misses, evens it up. Add a ball and a strike.
Just telling you a little bit about him earlier. He was a longtime coach at West Henderson High School. I think he played there, and then he moved over to Millbrook way out in Raleigh.
1-1. Tapper to White. Fields to first. They got him at first, as it was a tough play for Stiles. He went down, but able to secure it. Price School batted around twice in the inning. And it's 18-2 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Stay with us.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Bottom of the second we go. 18-2 Greenies. As Ethan Rose makes his final warm-up tosses, he remains on the bump for Coach Wesley King. You mentioned, Brian, back in the top of this inning about Wesley, and he's been around many schools, and I knew that I remembered that name when I saw his name today. He said West Henderson High School, and I remember when he was the coach there.
Yeah, he played at West Henderson, and before he started coaching, I think he played at Western Carolina University. He was a starter there, and pretty successful. Play state games. I think he played with Coach Raby a long time ago, Coach Ryan Raby. But when Jim Hyatt was the head baseball coach at West Henderson and he retired, Wesley was a young, hot, up-and-coming coach.
That one's fouled back.
And took over the program, built it up, built it more. He was very sought after from a lot of schools around the state.
Here's the 1-1, and it's swung on and missed by Bradley Stiles, who was going to lead off the inning for Coach Jared Greenwood.
And so I think he got a job over at a school called Millbrook High School in Raleigh.
To the screen.
Again, it was a very talented laden team. He was sought out. They want to find a young coach who can relate to the players and make them champions. And they brought him down over there, and he had a very successful tenure at Millbrook.
1-2 to the backstop, evens it up 2-2.
But knowing Wesley, he loves Western North Carolina, and I think he was looking for a way to bring his family back. And there was a big opening at North Buncombe High School, and I think those were some of the last few years that I coached with Ryan Raby at the high school level.
2-2 towards short. Pierce to first in time.
So, North Buncombe had an extremely talented team that year. I remember there was a kid named Alex Destino that was a big lefty, just hit a bunch of home runs with the South Carolina, a lot of draftable guys. They made a big, deep run in the playoffs with him. And so wherever he's gone, he's always been sought after.
McClure stands in, and he takes a ball well outside. 1-0 the count.
He's one of the best coaches in West North Carolina. We even tried to, chase him down a couple years ago when we were looking for a head coach.
1-0.
We got ties to him. But I think where he is now, I think this is the kind of baseball that Wesley likes. I think he likes the idea that where he can just kind of get the kids he wants, groom the type of team that he wants. He's coming in his first year and just trying to mold the system how he wants it. And you should really expect.
That one's back to the screen for strike one. 2-1 to count on McClure.
And you should expect Christ School just to be, pretty soon a dominant power. And it also helps when you have an assistant in Todd Rowley who's been to pretty much every level and knows the game as much as he does.
2-1 is fouled off. It's 2-2.
And one thing about Coach King is he gives back. He talks to other coaches. He's not one of those like I'm not going to tell you how I do things. He's always an honest coach. He coaches the game right. He's just very well respected.
2-2. Runs it full. 3-2. Payoff is to the screen. McClure stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's talk about Miles earlier. He's hitting very well in conference play. I think he's hitting .385. He is just really taking off this season.
McClure fouls it off once again and stays alive.
I was earlier, before this game started, I was in the cage with my kid just kind of, doing a little BP, and I saw the hitters come in there and just, hearing the ball come off Miles' bat and BP.
3-2. Draws a walk, does McClure. That'll be a base runner for the Panthers. That'll bring the top of the order, Christopher McGuire, to the plate.
Yeah, Miles is always going to have that big what if, because he's so talented in whatever he does. From any sport he wants to play, what if for baseball. But at least he's having a really good season. I'm glad to see it out of him. He's one of the best kids you ever come across. And he's always having a smile on his face. He knows he's made a great decision to come back, play for Franklin High School.
Didn't play sophomore and junior years.
Yeah.
On the baseball diamond, focused on basketball.
And that was his choice. He loved the game of baseball.
First offering to McGuire is in there for a strike.
But obviously the basketball talent was clearly evident coming out of his freshman year. And he decided, and, even as the coaches were begging him to stay and stay and stay.
0-1. Chopper foul, third baseline. 0-2 the count now on McGuire.
He decided, he's like, I'm basketball is a sport. I'm going to try to do my thing. I'm going to, represent our school. And, but I know that our coaches and our administrations always left the door open for Miles just because of how well respected he is in the community and on our campus. And I'm glad he's back.
The 0-2 pitch from Ethan Rose. Fouled off. McGuire stays alive at the plate. Runner first, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 18-2, Christ School. A couple of homers in the game for the Greenies have been the big blows. 3-run shot and a grand slam. 0-2. Ball 1 in the dirt.
Said earlier about Chris McGuire, he started off the season very slow, which is not unheard of for him. But one of the big changes he's made, and I've seen him, is staying back on the baseball and not pulling off in his shoulder.
McGuire offers, gets away from the catcher, and he'll reach first. They say it was a foul ball.
No, he can't advance when there's a first base occupied.
The base was occupied. That's a strikeout. 2 gone. That'll bring Ian Knepp to the plate. Knepp homered. 2-run shot back in the first. That's an opportunity for another 2-run shot if he can get a hold of one. As McClure's at first. That one pops the mitt for strike 1.
Yeah, Ian's showing very good balance at the plate. If you just kind of look his stance in the swing and how he gets in the slot, just seeing the ball well, looks like a balloon to him.
0-1. Fouled off.
You're a good hitter, George, when you hit foul balls and it sounds like bombs are going off. And that's what his bat.
Everybody looked around. Where'd that one go?
Yes, it just sounds extremely loud off his barrel.
Knepp awaits the 0-2. Just to the screen. Stays live at 0-2. Runner at first, 2 out.
George, you see who's on deck?
No, looks like Davis Sanders will be pinch hitting, coming in for Nick Sanders. 0-2. That one's fouled off. If Knepp can reach, we'll see Davis Sanders.
Yeah, this pitcher's throwing sliders, curveballs, well, not curveballs, but fastballs, and Ian's just all over it. He's just seeing it good. Like to see him get a hit here, and I want Davis to get to the plate on this pitcher.
0-2. Behind him, ducks out of the way. Ball, 2 strikes on Ian Knepp.
Good approach to the plate here by Ian. Just trying to make the pitcher come to him. He's laying off anything, too low or too high.
1-2.
I think my ears are hurting. Can they hear that through?
Yeah, it's loud. When he makes contact, it's like an explosion is going off with that aluminum bat.
The only hitter I kind of get that from our team is Davis. Davis has that same pop.
1-2. 2-2.
I think I've noticed that Coach Greenwood has put him up in the lineup too in recent games. It just shows the talent that Ian Knepp has.
2-2. 3-2.
Great eye there. It's not getting his pitch. He's just gonna, even with 2 strikes. Miles with a short lead.
Fouls it off once again.
And again, with 2 strikes, he's not trying to swing out of his shoes. He's still staying tight inside the baseball. Again, get his hands in the slot. And one thing that, hitters and young hitters should know that wherever your hands go, the barrel's going to follow that same path. And once the hitters start realizing that, the sky's the limit. And here's a hitter that's already figured that out as a sophomore. who's very strong with quick hands.
Quite a battle between Knepp and Rose. Strike 3, right down the middle. That's going to do it for the bottom half of the second inning. Panthers do strand a runner. 18-2 Greenies as we head to the third. Stay with us. Welcome back. We head to the third inning here at McConnell Field. You see Davis Anders is now behind the plate. Chunks it down to second, and we'll just be seconds away from the top of the third getting underway. Leading things off for the Greenies is Johnny Pierce, as the Greenies batted around twice in the second inning. And Pierce batted twice, and he got a pair of singles at the second, and he singled back in the first. He's 3 for 3. Malachi Hayes remains on the hill for Coach Jared Greenwood.
I don't know what the umpires are doing here.
The umpires, where'd they go?
I think he's over the
he's over talking to the Christ School dugout. Now here comes the umpire, plate umpire.
right. Davis in the game.
Now he's going to clean off home plate. And I was not right. It's going to be about a minute before we get the top of the third underway. I said seconds away, but great shot of the umpire doing what he does best and wiping off home plate. He gets a chuckle. Talks to Davis Anders, now behind home plate. Takes over for Nick Sanders. Pierce stands in as Hayes deals.
So
The opening strike.
looks like Coach Greenwood has got all his normal starters back in the game. You got Davis catching. You got Dawson back at third. You got, looks like Tyler Williams in left.
Malachi deals. Bounces away. Ball and a strike now to Jono Pierce.
I mean, you can look at this one or two ways, but the way I'm looking at why Coach Greenwood's bringing the starters back in is you're just going to see good pitching. Keep the bats hot. We have to go into Friday, fresh.
1-1, fouled off. Ball 2 strikes to Jono Pierce. The 1-2. Fouled off once again. And talk more about these midweek games, these non-conference games. You see it a lot in college with the 3-game series on the weekend. Those conference games are the ones that you throw your 1, 2, and 3 pitchers.
Right.
And then those midweek games where you see, Presbyterian take it on Clemson or Western take it on Tennessee or something like that. You see a lot of midweek games where one of those schools that are not in the Power 5 play a Power 5 school, and a lot of times they'll win because that Power 5 school is not throwing their ace, and that lower level school is throwing their ace because they want that win. And you get a lot of that too in high school, and setting up some key games coming in, which are conference games. And that's what the Panthers are having coming up on Friday and on Tuesday.
Well, the big difference between high school and college, for college, you have a lot of kids who've been recruited, who's getting money. You have maybe a team of 30 guys, and you want to get those guys playing time. You want to get those pitchers some innings.
Payoff pitch, ball 4.
Sometimes when it comes to rankings and whatnot, you do want to have like a Carolina, go across, maybe play like an Oregon just to kind of get that feel of a college, playoff atmosphere. High school baseball, again, it comes down to you're trying to get, your RPI rating. You're trying to raise, your chance to get to the playoffs. You want to play better teams. You want to play teams that you may see in the playoffs. You want to travel. You want to go to a different place you've never been to before. You get 23 games on the schedule. You want to max them out. The hard part about that with midweek games when it comes to high school, and it's been clearly evident, especially in the last 2 years, is it really wears your pitching down.
Yeah.
I read an article today about the Major League Draft coming up. I'll let you say this here.
The 1-1. Oh, almost hit him. Got out of the way. Did Brody Raleigh. 2 balls and a strike to Raleigh.
I read that the number 1 prospect in the draft is going to get Tommy John surgery. And inside that, they said this is probably the weakest draft for pitching in recent memory.
Raleigh sends that one straight up into center field. Great shot of Christopher McGuire from our outfield camera. He'll make the play for out number 1.
So for high school baseball, it's difficult because you usually run 2 strong starters, maybe a third one who can close games. College baseball, you're recruiting a bunch of pitchers. You may have a staff of 10 or 12 pitchers who needs work. Because one thing you got to do is you got to show that you're going to use them, or they may transfer.
We're going to need a pitching change here. Ryan Haley.
Oh, comes Ian Knepp.
Looks like Knepp going to come over from his shortstop position to now be on the mound for Coach Eric Greenwood. So he'll have to obviously warm up. And we will take a break as the Greenies have a runner at first. And 1 out, up 18-2 as we head to break. Stay with us.
Sport Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sport Zone. Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish all the best to the Panther teams competing this spring. The mother of an FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. On May 17th, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
Planning a kitchen or bathroom remodel? The first call you need to make is to Anders Custom Woodworking. Tim Anders specializes in custom cabinetry and granite countertops for kitchens, bathrooms, offices, and entertainment centers. From the large kitchens to the smallest bathrooms, Anders Custom Woodworking will make sure your specific needs are met. Give Tim Anders a call at 828-342-4222 for a free estimate today.
Welcome back. New pitcher, Ian Knepp. First appearance. Stands in. Does Awanek for the Greenies. A couple of walks and an error. Takes a strike, does Awanek. Runner at first and 1 out. Davis able to snag that one before it heads to the backstop. It evens up the count at a ball and a strike.
This is Ian's first appearance in the season. You may see him in the future be a starter for the Panthers.
1-1. Caught the inside corner.
No, he brings a really good fastball, strong arm. One thing he does really well is he's a competitor, but he works quick, and he throws a lot of strikes, but he has a lot of movement with his breaking pitches.
There's the 1-2. Fouled back.
He's one of those guys where you say trust your stuff, and he trusts his stuff. Usually trusting your stuff gets you more outs. Just amazing how baseball works. We're going to graduate Chris McGuire after this year, and I think Coach Green is going to be looking for more pitching.
1-2. Oh, it misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think you may see more Ian Knepp in the future, along with Jaden Rogers. Jaden Rogers was the JV number 1 who had a fantastic season before an injury.
2-2. To the backstop.
So this would give Coach Greenwood more options. 2 guys that you normally see next year, or this year you won't see next year, is going to be Ashton White and Chris McGuire on the mound.
Up the middle, and it's going to head into center field for a base hit under the glove of the shortstop. That'll be a single for Jacob Iwanek. That's going to bring Chase Gribble to the plate. Runners at second and third.
It's a matchup I want to see. I want to see Chase up there, who's done some big-time damage tonight at the plate. And I want to see how as strong as confidence that Ian has, how he's going to face him.
Nice pitch. 0-1 to count to Chase Gribble. Back in the first inning, a 3-run homer. Drew a walk in the second and grounded out back in the second inning. 0-1, and therefore a strike.
Very nice. Chase is kind of broke off his shoulder. May have been a tough call, but, that got that corner. Now Ian's ahead of the count. Smart play here. Hopefully it's going to be a nice waste pitch, maybe get him to Chase.
0-2. On a line, going to be caught by White at second. They can't double up anybody as they'll scamper back to their respective bases at first and second. 2 are gone in the inning. That'll bring Webb Hughes to the plate.
I think Ashton had a shot, doubling the guy up at first base. All he had to do is just kind of quick throw it instead of having flipping his hips going to second.
Webb Hughes had a grand slam in the second inning, also a double in that inning. First offering in for a strike, and then all the way back in the first inning, he singled.
Yeah, he's starting off these hitters with curveballs, and he's throwing for strikes and getting ahead of the count. I guess that first pitch was a ball. I thought it was a strike. I thought he called a strike.
I did too. So put it on the board wrong.
Maybe fire the scorekeeper in the dugout.
Yeah, it's 1-1. He just signaled.
Here we go.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man, that hitter really pulled off on it. Come back with the curveball. Try to get Davis off the plate a little bit in the other batter's box. See if he can hit that zone, hit that spot. See him get him a chase for a strikeout would be a.
Two on with 2 out. Hughes waits the 1-2. Going to be a tough play. White scoops at second to first in time for the final out. So, no runs come across for the first time in an inning for Christ School. We head to the bottom half of the third. It's 18-2 Greenie. Stay with us.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Bottom of the third we go, 18-2 Greenies. It's going to be Davis Anders that'll lead things off for the Panthers, trailing by 16. First time at the plate for Davis Anders, who came in the top half of this inning, and he swings and misses at the first offering from Ethan Rose.
It's pretty tough coming off the bench to hit. I know Davis is not used to that probably ever in his career, but you know, when you're sitting there and you kind of get tight and you're watching the game, and it's very different than preparing to start.
The 0-2 fouls it off.
There's that loud bang that we hear.
Well, there's not much left fan-wise, so you're going to hear a lot of explosions off the bat because with our camera for the outfield looking directly at the grandstands behind home plate, ain't nobody left. Probably count on one hand how many folks are left. Oh, a few more folks have made their way. They had cleared out about an inning ago.
Right.
I think some folks from the soccer field came over and filled the stands behind home plate. That one misses.
Pitcher still showing pretty good velocity here in the bottom of the third. Challenging Davis in that first pitch. Davis just missed.
Time is called. Davis steps out briefly. Ball 2 strikes to Anders. That one's all the way to the backstop. Went over the glove of Jack Young. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now time called once again.
I think Davis kind of felt uncomfortable in the box there. Here we go. We have a count issue.
It's 3-2, they say. All right.
Okay. You can almost suspect any kind of pitch right here, especially with a 16-run lead.
Swung on and missed. That's the first out of the inning as Davis Anders strikes out. That'll bring Malachi Hayes batting in the slot of Dawson Green. Started at third.
Yeah, Malachi's got a very sweet swing. Just kind of watching him all season. He's very comfortable. Love the way he gets that barrel to the ball. Stays behind it.
First at bat for Hayes. Fouls it back. Fist it back to the screen. 0-1 to count to Malachi.
And what's great to see Malachi is as a sophomore is he handles good live fastballs. I mean, most high school hitters can't handle it. I mean, he gets it there. He gets the barrel to the ball pretty quickly.
The 0-1.
Just like Ian, both sophomores and Dawson, they do a really good job just knowing the plate, knowing the zone, and having a plan coming to the plate of what they're trying to do, in counts.
The 1-1. 2-1.
Malachi's another one of those type of players who's just a baseball player through and through. Get to see him every day at school. He always comes down the hallway with a big smile on his face, and I know he's just thinking baseball, thinking how to get better. Another good kid that we get to see for a few more years.
3-1 offering. Ball 4. Runner at first via the base on ball. That'll bring Ashton White to the plate.
Yeah, and as you can see that by Malachi, great zone presence. Didn't like anything for him to hit except for that one ball fouled off and just missed. Ashens to the plate. I said earlier in the game, he's been very consistent this season hitting.
Doubled his last time up. That one's low and outside for ball one.
Yeah, not just a double, George, but, I mean, he went down to the right side, right field line, and could have probably got a triple with his speed and awareness.
Right down the middle for strike one.
Malachi with no lead, no reason to have a lead, no reason to steal here. You're just trying to get runners on and just try to make this a competitive game.
1-1. 2-1.
Now, the way that catcher kind of caught up and missed the ball, you could just tell this pitcher's got a lot of run on his two-seam fastball. Almost handcuffing him.
One pitch, well outside. 3-1.
Ash is doing a good job working the count. Really hasn't had a really good pitch to hit, but right now, counts in his favor.
Three-one pitch. Stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes now as he fouls that one to the screen.
Just missed that one. He just kind of rode, got up in his hands too quick and couldn't get the bat out front on it.
And stays alive. 3-2.
He's doing the best he can, trying to keep that front shoulder in with 2 strikes. Seen from earlier in the game, some other hitters like C&E and just trying to stay inside the baseball.
3-2. Ball 4. So runners at first and second.
15.
So we're going to get a meeting on the mound. Wright School wants to talk about it. I was about to mention Ethan Rose is at 71 pitches, Ryan. When they see a pitching change.
Yeah. You're in the 3rd inning with that many pitches. Even though the game is out of hand, it's a testament to our hitters to really work the count and not just swing just to swing. We're running those counts high. We're trying to get good pitches. So it was Todd Riley going to the mound there, trying to talk to the pitchers. I always heard stories about him going to the mound, and I'm not gonna tell you who told me those stories, but they're very funny,
Colorful. Gonna get Dawson Plouffe in the DH slot now, as he will bat for the first time.
But he has every right to be that way. Dawson's one of the best hitters in the conference. If we just had a few more wins, he could be up there for possible Conference Player of the Year as a sophomore, which is really good for our program in a few years too. Dawson has a lot of confidence, and just a difference from last year to this year. He's becoming a man before our eyes.
Hayes at second, White at first. Ethan Rose remains on the hill. Long look in. Rose deals well outside. That's ball 1 to Dawson Plouffe.
Yeah, he's one of the 3 super sophomores. Again, velocity's not going to phase any of these 3 young guys. So, if he wants to, ram it up there 84, 85, it's not going to phase Dawson.
Swings and misses. Ball and a strike to Plouffe. One. Got out of there. As that one heads over his head. 2 balls and a strike to Dawson Plouffe.
Dawson's approach to the plate, he's a very simple hitter. He's just trying to get very comfortable, keep his hands nice and close so he can get to the ball quick. That's why he's been very successful.
2-1. Pops out of the glove of the catcher, Jack Young, but everybody stays put at first and second. 3 balls and a strike to Dawson Plouffe. Ball 4. 3 straight walks. Loads him up.
Batter, number 1, Tyler Williams.
It's going to be Tyler Williams that will bat in the 7-hole for Kellen Stiles. His first opportunity at the plate.
Yeah, he's our super freshman here. Very, very talented. He's having a good season so far.
Ethan Rose is still throwing hard, even though that was his 78th pitch.
Yeah. Kind of looking back over the last 20 years of all the freshmen that's made varsity.
0-1. Swung on and missed.
There's a lot of similarities when all these young, like guys like Trey Maslin and Andrew Terrell and Davis, and there's only been a few that are able to do that. They all have very similar attributes.
Just misses for ball 1.
You're not going to see the 380 to 400 batting average. What you're going to see is competitiveness. You're going to see a hitter who puts the ball in play. You're going to see a hitter who acts like they belong, at that level. Getting that experience.
1-2. That one dropped in there for strike 3.
That was a nasty pitch. That was a sharp, what we call a hammer.
Bradley Stiles now will bat. He grounded to short his only time up. Runners remain at all the base paths, but 2 are out in the inning. Bounces to the screen. Here comes a run from third. Malachi Hayes slides in safe. Third run crosses the plate. Now runners at second and third.
That's good base running. Again, when you're on third base and you're trying to make sure the pitcher goes home and you're walking down the line, staying in foul territory. Once you see the ball goes by, you want to break home. One of the reasons why you got to be in foul territory, if a line drive hits you, then you're not out.
1-0 pitch. Backs him out of there. 2-0.
So Bradley right here is in a really good situation. You got 2-0, pitcher's struggling throwing strikes. If he can just be very short and quick, he can do some damage.
2-0. Tries to paint the inside corner, misses. 3-0.
I think Coach Green was going to give him the green light. The way the game is, let your one of your seniors, one of your starters try to get a hit here, build confidence.
Right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, that's probably not his pitch. One thing about Bradley, he wants to extend his arms. That's probably a little bit, middle in, not where he wants to be.
Ball 4. Bases loaded once again.
Yeah, you typically see that with pitchers. He looks like he's throwing harder, but what he's doing, because probably out of frustration, probably overthrowing a little bit. Pitch count's gone way up. Probably a little frustrated. He's a very talented kid. You just saw, a good example of, a good live fastball and, a few strikeouts with a nice hammer. Learning experience for the young guy.
Get a meeting on the mound once again. And looks like we're going to get a pitching change. So we'll tell you who the new pitcher is for Christ School when we come back. Bases are loaded for the Panthers. 2 are gone in the inning, and a run has come home. It's 18-3 Greenies. Back after this.
coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Yes, complete.
It's good to just go out there and win.
Welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for Coach Wesley King and the Christ School Greenies is Reese Ballard. He comes off the bench in relief of Ethan Rose. And I believe Ethan finished the ball game with 88 pitches thrown.
Yeah, Reese Ballard, he's a sophomore. He looked good in warm-ups right there. With a good hard fastball.
Caleb Clower at the plate. And Clower takes a ball well outside. Clower batting in the non-hole for Miles McClure. First opportunity for Clower in the ball game. 1-0. 2-0. Reese Ballard, a sophomore for Coach Wesley King. 2-0.
Looks like a changeup right there.
Clip the zone. 2-1.
Yeah, Caleb Clore, strong kid. He's just a pure fastball hitter. He's trying to get one right in the wheelhouse if he can.
2-1. 3-1.
Yeah, very similar to Bradley Styles. Just strong. Just look for that one pitch to where he can really extend his arms and do. What was that?
3-1 is fouled off. Sounded like somebody fell, but I think everybody's okay.
Yeah, that's probably not the pitch he wanted to swing there. That was really jammed inside. He hasn't had many at-bats all season. He's probably a little excited, a little antsy.
Yeah.
Runners will be on the move here with full count, 2 outs. Good.
Ball 4. That'll play to run.
Brings up number 2.
Clower draws the walk. Coming home to score is Ashton White.
McGuire.
5 walks in the inning, 4 by Ethan Rose, and that one just issued by Reese Ballard. Top of the order we go. And Christopher McGuire struck out and drew a walk.
Chris is such a good hitter. If he starts thinking gap to gap, I'm trying to hit the baseball.
1-0.
Yeah, I think he's trying to. I'm not saying he's trying to, but the way he's trying to swing it and pulling off on it, like he's trying to hit over the red roof there.
1-0 pitch. Evens it up.
If he could shoot one towards the Clark and Company sign or the Steel Face sign outdoors out there, that can plate all 3 runs, get him to third base.
Bounces away, and nobody advances. 2 balls and a strike to Christopher McGuire.
So right here, Chris is he's ahead of the count. He should be sitting fastball. If he gets this pitch, I expect him to hit a nice line drive somewhere.
3-1.
This kid throws hard, George. He's got a very good arm. Probably need a harness and get that location on spot.
3-1. Low and outside. Ball 4. 6 walks now in the inning, and another run comes home to score.
Number 20.
Ian Knepp now will stand in to face Reese Ballard.
Todd Raleigh's making the visit to the mound again. Moving a little bit quicker.
So Knepp, if you just joined us, landed one over the left field fence, a 2-run homer. Up until this inning, the only run scored by Franklin. Todd Riley going to talk to his infield, talk to his pitcher.
He's probably telling this catcher right here, it's like, listen, Just give him a big zone, give him a big target, move away from the hitter. Just get something very good to look at and just say, hey, let's try to get strikes off him.
One and 0 the count as that one misses.
Yeah, his release point's all over the place. Very good arm, just inconsistent.
Young kid, sophomore, 1-0. Just misses. I'll say it did catch the zone.
Yep. And he is doing the right thing. He's looking for strikes before he starts taking hacks.
1-1. That one pops the mitt for strike 2.
Yeah. The hard part for a hitter is when you see walk after walk after walk and you're seeing inconsistency, you're not sure what you're going to get.
Just misses. Runs it full, or check that. Runs it even, 2-2. Works quickly. Tapper down to third. That's a fair ball. 2 runs going to come home to score. And standing at second with a double is Ian Knepp.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 10.
Ian's having a big game. A big 2-run blast, then a 2-run double. Against a very, very good Christ School team.
18-7.
Guess we're chipping away here, George. We're going to be here till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Davis Anders now stands in.
I think I'm getting ready to put a thing on Facebook. I need a sub.
Swings and misses at the first offering.
If anybody in Macon County is looking to teach tomorrow world history, and just send me a text message.
Stay at the ballpark all night. All this.
This bodes well for Davis. He's going to see a lot of fastballs here. Oh, it's a good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Davis Anders. Struck out earlier in the inning. We've batted around.
It's tough for Davis. Again, it's just a different mindset.
Swung on and missed for strike 3. That'll put a lid on the bottom half of the 3rd inning. But Franklin able to plate 5 runs and cut into that Greeny lead. It's now 18-7 as we head to break.
Shauna Thun Lamb and family would like to wish all the best to the Panther teams competing this spring. The mother of an FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. On May 17th, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
Planning a kitchen or bathroom remodel? The first call you need to make is to Anders Custom Woodworking. Tim Anders specializes in custom cabinetry and granite countertops for kitchens, bathrooms, offices, and entertainment centers. From the large kitchens to the smallest bathrooms, Anders Custom Woodworking will make sure your specific needs are met. Give Tim Anders a call at 828-342-4222 for a free estimate today.
We head to the top of the 4th inning. 18-7 Greenies.
And leading off for the Greenies, it's number 23, Luca Rose.
Luca Rose going to lead things off for the Greenies. He has a pair of singles and he struck out. And Ian Knepp remains on the hill.
Yeah, Ian's here showcasing his ability to pitch. Always good to have another arm.
4th pitcher used by Franklin in the ball game. Did he check his swing? No. Strike one. Rose the DH for the Greenies. The 0-1. Bounces up to Davis Anders. Evens it up, add a ball and a strike.
Yeah, I saw something there that Ian just did. You know, he got a pitch over for a strike. He looks like he had an all-speed pitch called, and he's digging his glove and kind of moving it really too much, kind of tipping off his pitches there.
1-1. 2-1.
Yeah, this umpire, he's been very consistent tonight. You know, he's going to make you throw the ball over for a strike.
3-1.
The only thing that I hope for Ian here, and, you know, Ian's, you know, as talented as he is, he does have emotion, and he can get the best of him sometimes.
Ball 4.
We'll like to see some composure here out of him.
That'll bring to the plate Sam White.
But the thing about Ian, even though he's not happy with the calls there, that he is mentally tough. He's going to continue to battle. Probably need to have a conversation with Coach Phillips about that.
Sam White comes to the plate 2 for 3. He singled a couple of times, and he drew a walk.
It's like Davis got crossed up there. Thought looking for a fastball, it's a curveball.
0-1. Fouled off down the right field line. I'm going to sail over a couple of ladies who are bundled up in their camp chairs down that right field line.
It's a blizzard, George. Snowflakes.
We'll go with 0-2. Here's the pitch.
Good
Put
pitch.
outside.
Good pitch. That's what you want to see. You want to change that eye level a little bit. You know, he pushed that, you know, he threw that slider away, and maybe it'd be a good opportunity to kind of really bust him hard inside. Try to get a ground ball. Oh, good pitch.
Just misses.
That's tough for Ian.
To 2-2. Runs it full.
That's really hard on a young pitcher. You throw a nice breaking pitch inside, kind of buckle the knees, and very difficult. You know, I know you see Christ go with a 7-11 record, but that's not, you know, an indication of how good this team is. They play some really good competition.
I do believe they play on the 4A level.
Yeah.
On when they get to the playoffs in the independent school leagues.
Right.
3-2. And that's a base on ball. 2 on with nobody out. Back-to-back walks for Ian Knepp. That's going to bring to the plate Matthew Hamill. Hamill, a couple of fielder's choices, and he tapped back to the pitcher. He's 0 for 3. Pops the mitt for strike 1.
Now let's get a little pop there. Just keep battling Ian and, you know, just try to get your ground ball here.
Swung on and missed. The whole 0-2 is Matthew Hamill.
You know, one thing I noticed about Davis, and we said it earlier this season, is Davis calls the pitches. You know, he's got to be paying attention to these hitters and what they're chasing.
0-2. That one just misses.
And so, like right there's a good example. You know, if Davis was set up a little bit more outside and kind of show more of, you know, this is the pitch he wanted, that could be strike 3. The hitter's trying to pull off.
Going to bait the umpire. Slow roller going to be a tough play. And they got him.
Good job.
Runners do advance. First out recorded in the inning for the Panthers.
Number 9.
Bottom of the order,
Jack Young.
Jack Young will stand in.
So Ian's got the stuff here to get a strikeout. And, you know, one of the things that, you know, if you're watching home, that there's a open base at first. So basically you have a free pass in case you have to walk this hitter, because it still puts a double play in order if you do.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Jack Young. Drew a walk and a couple of ground outs. He's 0 for 3.
Good pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike to Jack Young, the catcher for the Greenies.
So as I'm saying here is, you're trying to get a strikeout. You're doing all you can to get a strikeout. Change eye levels, bust inside.
Into center. And got a fall in front of McGuire. That'll score 1 run. 19-7 Greenies. Runners on the corners now.
I'm not sure Ian's too happy with the effort a little bit. But sometimes it's kind of hard to see how the flare is going and how short, it's going to dump in the outfield.
Top of the order we go. As time is called. And change helmets here. Jono Pierce will be at the plate. He was hit by on pitches last time up back in the 3rd. And has 3 singles to his credit. First pitch strike.
I see normal depth from the infielders. Middle infielder's back. Dawson's back.
Evens it up.
This Crash School team, they're really hot at the plate tonight. It's really difficult just to say, hey, I have a really good fastball. You're not going to catch up to it.
1-1.
Man, this umpire's been really tough and been really tight. When you're an experienced pitcher, say you're a senior, you can understand that. But, this is Ian's first time out. He's young.
2-1. Got him chasing out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And typically you have umpires that call JV games that are less experienced umpires than your varsity umpires. You're more experienced umpires. So basically, when Ian's been on the JV level, you're going to see more of an expanded zone where you're going to have pitchers get, wider strike zones, more of a, up top and, down bottom strike zone. And then when you get to college, it gets even tighter. As you see in Major League Baseball, we have the box.
2-2. Chased. That'll be a strikeout. As Jacob Young takes second. 2 are gone in the inning.
It's a good pitch.
That's going to bring to the plate Brody Raleigh.
Number 5, Brody Raleigh.
Raleigh, 2 walks, a homer, and a flyout.
Raleigh was like a really strong kid. Obviously, the Raleigh family. They're just everything about them is big. Just big hands and big legs and tree trunks and strong. Obviously, it's been passed down.
We're gonna get a pinch runner. It looks like. The umpire now going to walk out and talk to the base umpire.
So
something here.
Yeah. So basically, maybe on that strikeout when the runner went to first base, but the problem is that even though the runner on first was running, it was still occupied. So I think they're trying to make the call here is that runner, the hitter who struck out, and try to go to first base when the ball, kind of, scooted away from the catcher. Is he safe at first? Now Wesley, he's very smart. He understands the game. Sometimes you can get it past umpires because usually coaches, they always think they're smarter than the umpire, and they could maybe plead their case.
He's out.
Okay, so that's the situation.
Now he's going to come over and talk to Wesley.
Right. So he called the runner at second base safe, but the strikeout and the hitter trying to advance, he's out. And he's telling the coach right now, says, on that strikeout, there was still a runner occupying first base.
Yeah.
They're saying that he was already gone.
So after all that, we'll get back to action as Brody Raleigh will stand in with runners at second and third. Brody will take low for ball one. Ian Net deals. That one is sent high and deep into center.
Oh.
That one's going to head over the fence. That'll be a ground rule double. 2 runs will come across. And it's 21-7, Christ School.
That ball was tagged. Again, strong hitter. Chris has got amazing, plus wheels. And, it looked like he had a beat on it, had a chance to snare it, but, again, that was hit too hard of a shot, a laser. That did not have, just too much carry.
What a great shot of it heading over the fence.
I don't know if he took a bad angle to that ball because it looked like he had a chance, but not exactly sure there.
So that's going to bring to the plate Iwanek, and Iwanek will take a strike.
Ian throwing a first pitch curveball again. I mean, he's being very smart. Obviously, Davis making the calls. He's probably seen it from the first 2 innings.
If you're just tuning in, it's not a football score. 21-7 is the actual score in this baseball game. That one misses, ball one.
And that was a big second inning when they scored 13 runs.
Panthers got a touchdown earlier. That one is under the glove of the third baseman. They'll hold the runner at third as left fielder gets it in relatively quickly and holds Iwanek to just a single.
Yeah, that was a hot shot to Dawson. It's like one of those ground balls that we call as coaches tweeners. And sometimes those things can pop up and really do a number to your face. And I think he was like a little skittish there, but very tough play for him.
Chase Gribble at the plate. Gribble, 3-run homer, a walk, and a couple of ground outs, and he launches that one into center, but Christopher McGuire going to camp under it for out number 3. 3 more runs come across for the Greenies, and now they're up 21-7 over the Panthers as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning after this.
Sport Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sport Zone.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th we go. It's Malachi Hayes that'll lead things off for Coach Jared Greenwood here in the home half of the 4th inning, 21-7 Price School on top. Hayes sends that one foul into foul territory, and then it comes back and going to be caught. Did he drop it? No, he caught it. Fell to his knees. Route number 1.
Yeah, he just got underneath that ball. I mean, again, he's such a good hitter at a young age. Went down to get it, got the barrel underneath the baseball, popped it straight up.
Jasper Inslee.
Jasper Inslee going to be stepping to the plate.
Did they just say Jasper Inslee?
That's Byron McClure. No, it's Daniel.
Oh, I know Daniel. I was his position coach in football, so tough-minded kid. You kind of got to lead his hand wherever he goes, though.
Inslee takes the ball. His first appearance. Swings and misses. 1-1 the count to Daniel Inslee.
Now, what Daniel has here is Daniel is extremely strong, one of the strongest kids on the team. Hasn't played baseball in a few years. From what I was told in middle school, I've never seen it, but he hit some big monster shots. But again, middle school pitching to this is difficult.
1-2. Evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Daniel Inslee.
Daniel always has a good attitude. He's a good kid, funny.
2-2 from Ballard. Pounds it into the home plate area. Going to be a tough play.
That's a hit. Go.
Gets away from the first baseman, Gribble.
Go 3.
That's what everybody is yelling, but he's going to stand at second after reaching on an error.
That'll bring up.
You know what's crazy, George, is that when a lot of the fans leave and there's only a couple left, you always hear those fans.
Dawson Plouffe.
It'll be Dawson Plouffe. Yeah, the shot we've got now, I think I can count 3 fans in the stands directly behind home plate, and that's where a microphone is located. So.
It's a school night. I mean, they have to get home, get ready to really learn something. Oh.
Sends that one high and deep. That's Plouffe, but the right fielder, Sam White, will range over to his right for out number 2.
They had him play perfectly. They had him in the gap, shaded all the way over towards the center fielder. Not pretty. See, Tyler's got good music taste. I cannot figure out what the heck Ian Nepp's playing, but I don't even think I want to find out either.
The 1-0. I'm always impressed that a lot of youngsters still like great classic songs from the 70s and the 80s. It impresses me. I love it. Popped up into shallow right field. Now going to range over. He can't make the play. Sam White drops it. That'll score a run. As Inslee comes around from second to score.
Well, George, you know what they say. You know, a lot of times kids, they kind of pick up what their parents listen to.
Yeah.
So I need to find out, if Ian Nepp's dad listens to that kind of music that Ian plays.
We're going to get a courtesy runner in for Tyler Williams.
Is Coach Bradley going to dugout again?
Well, I thought we were going to get a courtesy runner. They just gave him a new batting helmet. That was in there for a strike. Styles at the plate. Takes high. Evens it up at a ball and a strike.
That actually would have been a good pitch to hit there. He kind of hung that curveball up there, and I think Bradley could have done some really good things with it.
Bradley Styles 0 for 2 as he takes ball 2. Walk and a ground out. Oh, yeah. Just the scoreboard there.
I think when Bradley started growing that mustache out, his batting average is going up. So I think he needs to keep it going there.
3-1, ball 4.
There you go. Patient hitter.
Baseball players are very superstitious.
That's a fact.
You know, that makes sense. Caleb Clower at the plate. He walked his last time up.
I've heard a lot of crazy superstitions, but there's some I will not, divulge.
The pitch is fouled off. 0-1 the count.
Caleb's got a little pep in his step. He's excited. Get some at bats here.
He's in the dirt.
It's a good way to lay off.
And Caleb Clower's walk-up song was a nice 80s hairband tune, and I know his dad is a big 80s hairband guy, so that doesn't surprise me there.
I think if Dad heard the kind of music that some of these other guys listen to, I think Caleb won't be back in the field ever again. Probably at the Main County Cemetery. But yeah.
One, two, hit him. The bases are loaded.
Brings up the center fielder.
And clipped the catcher, too.
Yeah, that's – got him in the wrong area.
Yep. Very unpleasant where it hit him.
George is only at the bottom of the fourth.
Yes,
and
I've noticed.
And if Chris can do what he can do best, and we get into double digits, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Kreischool because they're going to be running out of pitching. And we're hitting the baseball well right now.
Oh, it's Chris McGuire who stands in with the bases loaded and 2 out. McGuire, a couple of walks and a strikeout. That one misses for ball 1.
A lot of times with a pitcher throwing that hard, you don't have to swing hard. He's going to supply the power to your bat.
1-0. Bounces away.
Nope.
But nobody advances. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, that's smart. You got your one of your top couple hitters in your lineup, and you got bases loaded. You don't want to run them off the field here with 2 outs. Hitters count 2-0. Attaboy. Nope.
Bounces away, but again, nobody can advance.
Yeah, Coach Green was doing the right thing here. He knows the situation. He smells a little blood right now. A few more runs, you get us back in the game. We may have to get the 5th or 6th overtime.
3-0. Well, if it goes much longer, our batteries are going to die. We may not have any cameras left after being on for going on 3 hours.
Oh.
Full count.
That is tough. He hasn't called that pitch all night long. I think Chris may showed up a little bit, just, making the call for him. The umpires don't like that.
3-2. Fouls it back, stays alive.
He's such a good hitter in the spot right here. I'd like to see him really connect one.
3-2. Pops it up. Tough place.
Oh, dropped it.
It's dropped. Only 1 run could come home to score because everybody had to hold up.
I think we scored 2 there because I think Tyler Williams on third.
Yeah, you're right. 2 runs do come home to score.
All right, 21-10. We just kicked a field goal. We're closing the gap.
Runners on the corners now.
Oh, there's that music again.
Yeah, not sure what that is.
Maybe he took a trip to Mexico and just loved the culture. Not sure. Get through there.
Towards third, going to be fielded by Hughes. Over to first.
Dropped it.
Dribble could not secure it. Another run comes home to score.
Should be 21-11.
Number 10.
Runners remain on the corners.
Davis Anders.
And Davis Anders at the plate.
I mean, George, could you imagine if Davis got a hold of one and made it 21-13? Because then, in the next inning, if we convert the 2-point conversion, we'll be tied.
If we get a touchdown, complete that 2-point conversion, and therefore strike 0-1 to count.
Maybe we need to have Josh Brooks go to third base box and
the Panthers have batted around in the inning.
maybe call a red 4.
1 ball, 1 strike. Anders struck out his past 2 plate appearances. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I just hate to say it, but I'm going to say it again. Davis is so used in mental preparation to start a game behind the plate, and to kind of deviate from that, it's tough on him.
1-2. Did he go around? No, he didn't. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Full count, 3-2. Tough pitch to lay off.
That is tough. So you get a runner at first base. Ian Neff's going to be moving here. Shot in the gap be nice.
Fouled off third baseline.
I was talking to Greeny about approaching hitting with 2 strikes, and one thing that Davis can do if he takes his situation and do it is not try to pull off on it, because he's strong, he can hit home runs, but if he can wait on it, get his hands inside the ball and try to knock down that scoreboard, that'll be more productive in this situation.
Had to get some new baseballs in.
Yeah.
After the foul barrage.
I mean, he's at a wide gap to the right side of the field. He can really try to shoot it through.
3-2.
Attaboy.
Ball 4, loads him up again.
Brings up number 17.
He's going to bring up Malachi Hayes.
Remember old David Justice for the Braves, right?
Sure.
I'm sure a lot of fans who live in this area know how smooth his swing is. You got Malachi, who has such a smooth swing. Kind of reminiscence of that.
Crime Dog. 0-1, swung on and missed. 0-2 to count.
All right, so he's going to be very smart here. He's got runners all the way around.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's going to put a lid on the bottom of the 4th inning for the Panthers. But 4 runs come across to make it a 21-11 Greeny lead as we head to the 5th. Stay with us.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
All right, they fooled us a little bit. Went ahead and called the 10-run rule. 21-11 is going to be the final. The Greenies will advance their mark to 8-11 overall. Panthers go to 500 at 7-7. And they look forward to a Mountain 7 Conference showdown on Friday night against the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. We'll look at the schedule before we sign off. Smoky Mountain on Friday, and then back here at McConnell Field Tuesday. On senior night, it's West Henderson. And the graphic that we did not show earlier, but this is the Mountain 7 Conference standings. Top 2 teams get an automatic bid. You see Tuscola in the 2nd slot. West Henderson pretty much has wrapped up the conference championship. Franklin in the 3rd slot. Big time showdown. The next 2 really for the Panthers, playing for their playoff lives in conference, and possibly a wild card bid. 21-11 final. It's pretty much going to do it. Thanks to Ryan Haley. Great job. We'll see you on Tuesday. Our fine camera folks, Jasper, Christine, and Philip. On cameras tonight, and Clinton Taylor, executive producer. I'm George Young. So long, everybody.